Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Vickie's Country Home. I'm still at it. This is a marathon day of cooking and I've got a lot more to do. But I have peeled, cored, and sliced the rest of those apples, 25 to 30 pounds. Shayna helped me and we got 2 big bowls full of them. But we're going to a church potluck tomorrow, so I'm gonna take another pie. I am taking my black currant pie also, and I've got a link for that video. But I'm also going to make an apple cranberry. It just sounds like fall. So let's get started making the pie. Now, as I said, Shayna and I have peeled, cored, and sliced a ton of apples today. So I've measured out what I need for this pie. And that's 6 to 7 cups. And this is my Mutsu apples that I got at Apple Hill. And they are so good. We just kept eating them while we cut them. And this is actually pretty simple. We've got the apples. Now we're going to take 1.5 cups of fresh or frozen cranberries. We're going to take 3/4 cup of sugar. And again, I use my organic raw sugar. That's why it's not real white. I have 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of dried orange peel. The recipe calls for orange zest. I didn't have it, so I'm just going to make do. So we're going to add all of that in. And I have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. You can use arrowroot. You can use whatever you like. Probably use instant clear gel, but I didn't do that. And I'm just gonna toss these together a little bit so that they get coated. Alright, now I'm just going to set this aside until I get the pie crust ready. Now today I'm going to completely cheat because I have so many other things I'm doing, including canning all this apple pie filling, plus making clam chowder and bread for a friend. So I am like crazy busy today. So this is a good day to cheat. Now I'm using a deep dish pie plate because I think this is going to be a pretty full pie. So I do want to roll it out a little bit so that it will fit in the deep dish. I think that will do it. Now I'm going to just dock it. And I'm going to trim the edges because we are going to have a top crust, so we don't need all this extra. And I'm going to set this aside because I may use it. So I'm going to put it back in this tube to keep it from drying out and put it back in the refrigerator. So now we're going to put this yummy filling inside the crust. And I think this is going to be a pretty full pie. Now I'm going to rearrange this so that it's more even. This is going to be such a good pie, I think. I'm going to set this aside while I do the top crust. Now I was going to make this lattice, then I changed my mind. So I forgot to put butter on top of this. So before I get this crust all sealed, I'm going to lift it up and add some in. This is one of those long days, and you know what? You forget things. That's okay. We can fix it. All right. Now we're going to cut some vents. Now I'm going to set this aside for a moment. And we're just going to roll out a little bit of that excess dough that we had from earlier. Then I have these cute little leaf cutters from my cake decorating days. These are for cutting out fondant or gum paste. Usually I would do gum paste. I didn't care for fondant. Now I'm just going to take the back of a knife and create some veins. See? Very simple. Now I'm going to mix together some egg wash with cream and an egg. The one thing I don't like about pastry brushes is the loose bristles. Alright, now we're just going to lay on our little leaves. Add a little bit of wash to those. And then, just to make it even prettier, I have some coarse sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle that lightly over the top. And there's the pie. So I'm going to place this on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Then we're going to turn the oven down to 350 and bake it for probably another 30 minutes or until it's done. So we'll be back when it's all done. Okay, here is my cranberry apple pie out of the oven. It looks beautiful and it smells really, really good. So we are taking this to church tomorrow for another potluck, and I will report back how it is, but it is just beautiful, and I am so glad that I put this on a baking sheet with parchment paper, because as you can see, it did overflow. But that's okay. It's a beautiful pie. I know it's going to taste great, so yummy. Anyway, this is for our October pie collaboration with Mrs. Tammy over at Little Jordan Farms, Mrs. Lori at Whippoorwill Holler, and myself, and a whole bunch of you other YouTubers that have joined us. So I hope you go to the playlist, and I'll leave a link for that below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe and share, and hit that little notification bell, and that really helps me out. God bless, and we will talk again soon.